What is going on, Future Focus family? My name is George, that's Matt, and every day we go live to make videos to help you make money investing. We talk about all the big news going on in the markets and try to give you the best knowledge to, ultimately help you make the most money. What's going on with you, Matt?
Chilling, man. Ready to get into it.
I'm ready to get into it too. As of right now, you know what? Let me get right into this. Let me pull this up. As of right now, the S&P 500 has rebounded. It's up 1%. The Dow 30 is up 1.13%. The NASDAQ is up 0.84%. You have the Russell up 1.27. Crude oil is up 1.63%. Gold is down. So there is starting that negative correlation with the market. Yesterday, the S&P 500 was down. Gold went up. Now it's down when the S&P 500 is up. However, silver is up as well, 1.21%. The 10-year bond is down 1.31%. You have Bitcoin down 0.10%, and the crypto index as a whole is up 2%. So we got a lot going on in the market right now. The VIX is down as well. As you know, if the S&P 500 is doing something, the VIX is usually doing the opposite of what they're doing. I know you follow the VIX closely, right?
I won't say closely.
I remember in Australia, you put some calls on there on the VIX. You VIX.
Yeah. During turbulent times. But you know what? To be honest with you, it's not bad to follow it closely. I think it'll be great to use as a market indicator. When it's too quiet, maybe you want to put some calls on there, right? When it's high, maybe you want to put it. Maybe you want to throw some puts that way. It's not bad.
The same thing you said about CNBC about them being late with everything. I look at the VIX like that. I think the VIX tells you what's currently going on, but I don't think it's generally a good predictor of what will be going on. I don't know if you agree on that.
I agree 100%. Valid point. But I still think you can use it as a predictor when it's too quiet. You could use it like, hey, man, it's been oddly quiet lately. Maybe maybe I should put some calls on it, like especially if it's been quiet for a couple quarters. You maybe a time like this, right? Or pre Evergrande, we haven't had a 5% correction. This is the longest time without. Maybe it's perfect time to put some calls, long-term calls. I'm sorry, yeah,
Okay.
long-term calls.
This is
So
not financial advice, just so you guys know.
right,
He's,
right.
he's just trying to give you options. No pun intended there.
Right. So you honestly, you could use it like insurance, right? So you're right. It doesn't sound the alarm. Really and truly, the 10-year does that, right? Looking at the 10-year. But it doesn't sound an alarm, but you could use it as insurance. You want to buy insurance when things are really good, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So
All right, so let's get into the latest news. So let me do this real quick. All right, so the sport-focused NFT startups raised over 900 million in crypto gold rush, and this happened during the down days for the crypto market. But Dapper Labs, the startup behind digital basketball trading card platform NBA Top Shot, is now valued at 7.6 billion following a 250 million funding round. So Rare, a French fantasy soccer game that incorporates NFTs, raised 680 million, and crypto and blockchain startups have received about 19 billion in venture funding so far this year, according to figures shared by CNBC data from PitchBook. As you can see, LeBron James there. Two startups in the red hot NFT market raised about 930 million this week. Dapper Labs, which makes up the Top Shot platform like we talked about, raised 250 million in a funding round. The new round values the Vancouver, Canada-based firm at 7.6 billion. The same thing as, so what are NFTs? For those who don't know, we actually did a video on marketplaces, so you guys could go back into our videos that we have and look at the one that we did on marketplaces if you don't know where to go and get the NFTs. But NFTs are non-fungible tokens, and basically non-fungible means that you can't reproduce them, you can't create fake ones. When you have one, it's basically verified by the blockchain that you are the sole owner of whatever you are buying. NFTs can be used for digital assets such as digital art, digital music, or it's even going further where you could pay for, use an NFT digital coin. And coin is just not, it's not really a coin, but that's what they call it. And you could use that coin to verify things in real life. Like, I know some sneaker companies, I think Adidas was one. Adidas is using NFTs to sell some of their shoes. So when you have that one pair, you can verify that that pair is coming indeed from them and not from China. I think this will be beneficial, especially with like Jordans, because, people like to buy Jordans and then they resell them. Now you can resell them and people won't be afraid that you have a fake one because you have an NFT that's certified by Jordan, Nike, whoever. What is your take on the NFT space? You still bullish, bearish? What do you think about NFTs, Matt?
I see a mixture of both. I'm gonna say neutral. I see how can I say this? I do like it. I do like the partnership with certain consumer goods. I definitely like that going forward. But I don't know. Yeah, I do see the exclusiveness and owning certain NFTs. I definitely get that, but at the end of the day, man, I'm almost of the man. This is gonna sound disgusting. If I really like it, I'm just gonna screenshot it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm a screenshot. I know it's different and all this other stuff, but if I really like the image that much, I'm gonna screenshot that bad boy.
And I don't disagree with you, man. When people were buying the the LeBron James dunking 6-second clip for $36 million.
Crazy.
Yeah. So actually, Snoop Dogg, he came out and said that he's the owner of an NFT. He paid about 36 million for it. I don't know if you
Are you
saw that.
serious? No.
Yeah. So
36 million?
he publicly stated he bought a $36 million ETF on the Ethereum blockchain. So, that could have some implications there, positive ones for the space, because now you got somebody with some credibility for the older folks, because Snoop Dogg is really like, more of our generation. Now you have people in our generation that are more like I don't want to mess with that technology stuff, but you got Snoop Dogg doing it. I don't know. It might lead to something there. I don't know if you
No,
agree with that.
I think it'll lead. I do. I do. I think ultimately it will lead to something. But I also do think it's a little hype in there. It's a little hype, a little hype. And what am I basing that off of? I'm basing that off of all this easy money. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And new money being introduced to the system on a daily. If money wasn't not necessarily circulating that fast, but if there wasn't new money in the system, would this be a 900 billion? That's what he said,
Yeah.
900 billion. Would it be a $900 billion industry right now? I don't know. I just think new money trying to find a home.
Yeah. So global venture capital activity in crypto blockchain annual startups. So the annual deal value, they've gone from less than a billion in 2013 to almost 20 billion at the current time and date. So there's a lot of money being uh, put into these. So somebody's bullish on it. And NFTs are entering the world of sport. And sports are, I think, for the next decade, a lot of money is going to come from this sector because one, I don't know if you know, but the NCAA, they've allowed for I know historically the players were not allowed to get paid for things. But now they are. I don't know if you heard that, but that's about to be $1 billion industry as well. We watched the show Ballers in Australia, and The Rock in the TV show, he was trying to vouch for that. You remember?
I
And
do.
in real life, it's happening. Like they got approved, so players can get sponsorships now.
And this is just superficial level, but I definitely see NFTs being very good for the sellers, right? Not necessarily for the owners or the buyers, but definitely for the sellers. I think when you compare historical art or let's say canvases, right? I know as an owner, one thing that you can do, you could put it in a museum, right?
Yeah.
And that way it generates revenue. You could put it in this exhibit, have it on display in the museums. That's what the rich people do. It's constantly bringing you cash. This 1,000 year old painting is bringing in revenue just to be viewed. You know what I mean? I don't know if NFTs, they have other advantages. I'm not saying it's inferior to old art. They have other advantages, but that's something that I don't think they do have. Making money while you own it.
I feel you. Let's take a look at this video. It's from actually a maker in the space. So like hopefully we could play this. And if we can, it's all good. This is my last day in the hotels. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it the rest of the week until we get our furniture set up and all that.
Okay. Oh my God. You just showing it just to show it?
Yeah, so we could talk about it. I think that's the clip right there. These clips right here are selling for a lot of money.
You said offline that one of the things you really think about before putting your is what specifically following this investments. And I wonder where crypto falls in that category. When you think about where the future is headed, how much of it lost crypto?
Crypto is like that force for really. Like the biggest thing crypto solved so far, for totally honest, the biggest thing it solved so far is that currencies don't make sense and aren't trusted by people. And there's lots of
Yeah, so that's lots to digest there. What do you think?
I mean, only one clip that I might consider buying, and that's the LeBron James block in the 2016 finals against Iguodala.
Oh, that one. I thought you meant when he blocked Steph Curry. He was going for the layup, and he
I do remember that. I do,
Yeah.
and I remember what he said to him afterward. But I would look into buying the Iguodala block. But other than that, I'm not paying millions. I'm sorry, I'm just not paying millions for that. I'm not. If I want to relive it, I go watch it on YouTube. I watch the whole game. All right, and if I'm really stuck in that moment, like a time machine, I'll just replay at at the 5 minute marker. I just press on replay, and I'll get the same value and satisfaction out of it.
All right, so go ahead.
No, I get it. I definitely get the ingenuity and making every day into an art form, but I think the problem is the exclusiveness of it. Like you're gonna have a million highlights throughout the season, man.
Yeah,
You're gonna have millions of those.
it's just those individual moments, I guess. Like the
I get
Jordan, his final shot, like things like
Oh,
that.
okay. That's fair. That's fair.
But I got another video. This one I really want you I want your take on this, and I don't want your take to be I don't believe anything they say. Like I really want you to.
I'm gonna
Like,
I'm gonna let you know if I don't believe it. So hopefully it's plausible. me see. So I can't hear anything.
You can't hear the video?
You hear it on your end?
I heard it. Yeah.
Hmm.
You couldn't hear it?
Might be an audio thing.
Well, if
Let me
you don't
see.
hear it,
I could SEC stablecoins may well be securities. Okay, I feel like I seen something like that, but let me see.
well, I don't think it's I don't think it'd be you. Hold on. Let me see. Let me remove it.
I was just gonna pull it up on my end.
So let me reshare it.
Let me see what's going on here.
Does it play now or no? Nah.
All right, but I pulled it up on my TV. I just want to hear it.
Don't worry about it. We'll skip it because if you can't hear it, that means the viewers can't hear it.
Okay.
So it defeats the purpose. But basically, Gary Gensler, the SEC chair, is saying that he thinks there are securities and he sees a place for the stable coins in our economy. And I just wanted to get your take on that.
I think yes. I think that might be the sentiment now because money's not sound money. So that's the sentiment now. But when they eventually, whenever this is, it could be 5 years, a decade from now, when they come out with their digital currency, there's a term for it. I read the white papers from the BIS, the IMF. When they come out with their CBDCs, like China's coming out with their CBDC in February. And listen, I just want to make this clear. The CBDCs are not superior to cryptos. In fact, cryptos, in my opinion, are more superior to CBDCs. I think the difference is one has the weight of the government behind it, and the other one has the weight of the people behind it. All right. And when you look throughout history, who normally wins that power struggle? All right, cool, copy. But I do think that's the case for now. I do. I do see cryptos going up, but I'm just gonna be real. I don't see that. I don't see me passing it to my kids. I see me getting rich off of it short term. I don't see me passing it to my for a number of reasons. I think a world power is like we seen in China, right?
Yeah.
China said no, not in my space. Get out of here. I think when other countries get their CBDC online, they don't want you to have options.
And for
That's
those listening, CBDC is central bank digital currency, just so you guys know.
so that and like I said, I don't think we've seen the last. I'm gonna be honest. Everybody invests in cryptos in a perfect scenario of this thing never being hacked. Just because it hasn't been hacked doesn't mean it can't be hacked. Anything man-made, and please, I want an NFT of me saying this. Anything man-made could be destroyed by the very same man. All right, so I think the only thing that gives us safety is maybe a militia backing it or maybe a government backing it, right? The stock exchange could be hacked. The difference is we sending somebody to their backyard. We have power behind it. When you part of risk of decentralized or the part of risk is if it goes, everybody's looking at it like, well, whose responsibility? Coinbase, I got hacked, right? This is a real thing. This is a real example. Coinbase got hacked, or people steal off of Coinbase, and they're like, who do? We send FBI? Do we send Secret
SEC.
Service in England? Who do we send? This doesn't belong to anybody, really.
Yeah.
So it brings up very we see how it works in good times. We haven't seen how this thing works in bad times.
Yeah, all great points, man. All great points. Let's get to the next story, and this one's gonna have implications going forward. So let's get right to it. This one right here is about something going on in California. An all-time high of 56, and it's over 70 now. Cargo ships are stuck waiting off the California coast as shipping ports hit for their fourth record backup in 3 years. And we kind of talked about this a few days ago, but it's still occurring, and it's a big deal. So key ports in Southern California have hit a fourth record in less than 3 weeks as shipping delays surge in past early pandemic levels. On Monday, 56 cargo ships were stuck, and like I said, there's more than 70 now. In late August, the ports hit an all-time high, not seen since February. The quay is a result of COVID-19 related disruptions and holiday buying surges paired with a national labor shortage. Port of Los Angeles data indicates that ships' average wait times have increased to 8.5 days, and this is going to go on for the foreseeable future. There is also ships that are outside of China waiting to debark the same way. There's ships on the East Coast waiting to debark on the same exact way, and they're just sitting out there. As a result of this, the big freighters that the big publicly traded freighters, they've all skyrocketed on this news because, as you may or may not know, these freighters, they get paid every day that they sit on the ocean. So if they have your gear on there, they're not just sitting by idle losing money. They make money every single day, no matter, regardless of what. Part of the problem is the ships are double or triple the size of the ships we're seeing 10 or 15 years ago. They take longer to unload. You need more trucks, more trains, more warehouses to put the cargo. And this may be an area that may need to be like some innovation done on this area. It seems like there may need to be a disruption happening in this area. I think this is going to affect potential Christmas shopping. Like gifts are going to be coming late, which in turn is going to make the prices of everything go up. I think this is bullish for companies like Amazon, but what do you think?
I don't know. I get bad vibes from that all the way around. I want to flip it before I answer. I would love to flip it on you. Why you say bullish on Amazon?
Because Amazon doesn't really get many of their things made in China. A lot of their things are local, so they don't rely a lot on these freight liners. A lot of their stuff, they own planes, so a lot of the stuff that they have is brought to them on their own aircraft that they have. They have an entire fleet of aircraft, so they're less reliant on China, unlike Apple. A lot of these technology companies that have resulted to offshore. Another one that gets hurt by this is Harley Davidson. In about 2012, they decided to go with China as their manufacturer instead of manufacturing in Detroit like they used to. And they might be impacted because of this. Now they're not going to get the production in time. A lot of it's parts. Auto shop, a lot of these auto hub lobby, these people rely on China for these certain parts that they have, so I think Amazon will be less affected by this these ships waiting to be offloaded.
First of all, great points, excellent points. And I couldn't put my finger on why I feel so weird. By the way, I'm going off the realm. I'm not going off of facts here. I'm putting on this is conspiracy mode time. Put my conspiracy mode detector hat on.
Your aluminum hat, aluminum.
Thank you. My tinfoil hat. Thank you.
Yeah, tinfoil. There you go.
So, and I say that to say I'm acknowledging this is not based in fact, but I couldn't put my finger on why I felt so weird about this. To see all these boats piling in the middle of the ocean, piling up in the middle of the ocean, it begs the question of, is it just that the ports are backed up? If so, can they use another port, right? And me and you are in the fact had to work around the local port not being able to accept certain cargo, right? Or American cargo, whatever have you. You had to go to the next closest port, then on and so forth. So it's just weird that I again, I can't prove this with beyond a shadow of a doubt, but I almost feel like somebody's purposefully disrupting the supply chain. And it's something that you said that makes it click a little bit. And I think what that is this, again, conspiracy theory? Is this a punishment for those that sent their supply chain to China? You know, is this maybe a form of encouragement to say, hey, man, you got to wait for your parts now. It's affecting your own supply chains. You need to just start making stuff here. Is this a ploy or is this a plot to bring home supply chains, to bring home manufacturing the way it was? Yes, you're gonna pay. Yes, you're gonna pay. But look at what you're going through now. You can't even get your part. It's cheaper, but is it? Shipping is going up, right? Cargo containing shipment is through the roof. Long delays. It's a freaking hassle. You can't even keep up with customer demand. A customer could throw uh well over the asking price or MSRP, but you can't supply them. You know, so it begs the question: is somebody stymieing the supply chain for a reason?
These are all great points. Like that makes you think right there. That's some awesome points right there, Matt. What he's saying basically is that this is all being done in a way to influence these companies to stop going ashore because it's cheaper to go ashore. Work, you pay people less out there. But now, my mom has this saying, it's in Spanish, but in English, it basically translates to when you pay less for something, you end up paying more for it in the future. And
What's the saying? What's the saying? I want to hear it in the native tongue.
Lo barato sale caro. What's cheap ends up being more expensive later on. So you could relate that to something like you buy a cheap car, but then it breaks down all the time and it costs you not just money to fix it, but time and the mechanic and things like that. So I think that's kind of it correlates with this because it used to be cheaper to go to China and get your work done there, but now if it's going to cost you potential customers, it's going to cause you cause these restraints on the supply chains, and like you said, it might just benefit companies to start bringing things inland, and which in turn is going to help the economy thrive. The economy has been hurt. It gets hurt, in my perspective, from multiple things. It gets hurt from work going abroad. Not only that, we also a lot of restaurants, a lot of companies hire foreign illegal immigrants to do work, and they get this money without having to pay taxes on it. And not only that, a lot of them, I mean, ones that I met growing up, they would work, do construction, get like $70-$80 a day. They wouldn't pay taxes on that throughout the year. And a lot of them didn't spend the money here in the States. Instead, they took that money and they sent it back home, back to their own country. So we're losing there on multiple fronts. We're not getting any revenue from things like we should, which, GDP, goods and services. Those are services being provided that are not getting taxed. So that's just another perspective. But yeah, great points, Matt. I think that's an awesome way for people to look at it. Like, things are not always what they seem. But with that, it brings us to today's segment. Wednesdays are going to be Watchlist Wednesdays. So, Matt wasn't prepared for it. So I got two, one in the crypto space and one in the stock market space. Two things on my watch list. And since Matt wasn't prepared for them, these two will be today's smash or pass. Yeah. So let's get right into it. All right. So this first one is going to be SoFi, a company called SoFi. Have you heard of it, Matt?
I heard of SoFi. Yeah, I heard of SoFi.
So we're not going to go through the technicals this time. We usually go through the technicals, but let's go through some of the fundamentals. So what do they do? So let's see what they have to offer. SoFi, they offer you the ability to invest. They have personal loans. They refinance your student loans. They give you a place to handle your money. They have home loans, auto loan refinancing, credit score and budgeting. They offer insurance services, private student loans, and credit cards. And they're trying to be a one-stop shop for everything that has to do with your money. So why do 2 million members love SoFi? Smart money moves earn you points. You get help when you need it. So they actually have automated people there to help instead of places like Robinhood where they don't have anybody to service your complaints. And they have complimentary member benefits. It's a one-stop shop for all your finances, like I said, designed to work better. Your money works better when it's all in one app. So again, one-stop shop. And this is a place where, you know, they're going to be competing with PayPal, Square, things of that nature. We're serious about security, so they're FDIC insured, 24/7 account monitoring, and investments SIPC protected up to $500,000. You could, as of right now, purchase stocks. The cryptocurrency, I don't think they're in the crypto yet, but they might be. This company went public through a SPAC merger with one of my favorite investors, Mr. Halapalatia, Halapalatia, and it's an all-in-one investing that's easy to use. You could trade stocks, ETFs, cryptos, and participate in IPOs at IPO prices, or start automated investing, which is basically like dollar cost averaging. So they do, in fact, let you invest in cryptocurrency. You could download the app and get up to $1,000 when you open an account. No, we are not sponsored by SoFi. So this is the investors relations page. We go to the overview. SoFi's mission is to help people reach financial independence to realize their ambitions, but ultimately their goal is to make money. And by making money, in turn, they make their investors money. What do you think, Matt? Is this a smash or a pass?
Not a smash for me, but I definitely see this being a strong millennial app or company. I could see millennials loving the convenience of a one-stop shop and coming here to do everything from financing your student loans to investing, and it seems to be a great service. It does. Not necessarily for me, but it seems to be okay. It seems to be okay. I could definitely let's say my thesis is wrong, and cryptos are here to stay, and they're a part of, essentially they're just in part of our portfolios, right, and rightfully so. I could see SoFi really taking off. I could really
So,
see SoFi riding that wave.
so currently they're up today 11%. It seems like every time we talk about a company, they go up a lot. I don't know if there's a correlation there,
Yeah,
but
something
they're up.
recently. Something happened recently with them. It's
Um,
missing me right now, but some
they're,
major news.
they're up today 10.94% to $16.83. I think this is a great range for them. They are way off their all-time highs because their 52-week range high was 28.26. As I said, again, they were a SPAC, and they haven't been really hurt as much as previous SPAC merger companies were, such as Nikola, which, you know, there's different reasons, but Hyliion was one that people were really excited about, kind of died down. I've made videos on Hyliion. If you guys go to my stock investing section, if you want to know about Hyliion, I've made videos on them. But their stock has been down. PaySafe, which is another stock in this same sector, their stock has been hurt. But SoFi has been staying strong, and I'm a believer in SoFi. I'm gonna say smash on this one. Matt's gonna say pass. So we'll move on to the next one. The next one is gonna be a cryptocurrency by the name of Algorand, and Algorand, ticker symbol ALGO, is in the DeFi space. So welcome to the future of finance. Let me accept these cookies down here. The convergence between decentralized and traditional financial models is accelerating, and we here are the power to it. So Algorand's bold technology, they're modernizing the creator economy, empowering national initiatives, and they have fast and final DeFi at scale, which currently right now is a big problem in the cryptocurrency space as in general. Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency, one of the big issues they have is that they can't scale, and that's why they're doing the ETH 2.0. So modernizing the creator economy. We talked about NFTs at the beginning of this program. Non-fungible tokens on Algorand bring enduring value, sustainable models, and opportunity expansion for the creator and artist community. We believe in the long-term value that NFTs bring. They have from 4.5 million NFTs created over a matter of hours to a marketplace catering the most innovative creators of our time. How are they empowering national initiatives? Let's take a look. They are shaping the future of the economic ecosystem. With the prominence and technical advancement of blockchain, the public sector has been thrust into a new reality with new opportunities to foster economic growth, whether opening paths to digital currencies in emerging economies or bringing efficiency to healthcare payment systems in Bermuda and Panama, innovating record keeping and telecommunications systems in Italy. And by record keeping, they mean the ledger, or providing broad blockchain infrastructure for El Salvador. National organizations have recognized the benefits of building on an open source, decentralized blockchain like Algorand. So they're on a global scale as well, which is great. And they are on DeFi, which a lot of people assume is going to be a really big innovator for the financial sector. DeFi is disrupting the financial landscape as we know it, and that's true. Even banks are using decentralized finance through send wire money through different countries. With continually advancing smart contracts, a higher level performing layer one, and interoperability frameworks, Algorand enables DeFi organizations to leverage the core principles. DeFi and Algorand is at an inflection point, and use cases recently launched or coming in the near future include lending protocols, automated market makers, decentralized exchanges, predictions markets, gaming, and more. So they have a lot on their list of what's coming on. I don't know if have you heard of this one before?
I have not.
So based on what you've seen, let's see if we could put up Algo. So Algorand USD, their 52-week range is 2.54, and currently they're up today 4.73%. Their low during this time has been 22 cents. So we're right at the higher range of that 52-week range period. The last 5 days, they're kind of been down, but just based off that, what do you think about this one right here?
Well, a couple things I'm looking at. I feel like if you spend your time on it, you must really like this. I think I have a feeling that you really like this this crypto. I kind of want to get into what makes this different from some of your other favorites, such as ADA and so on and so forth. But before we get there, it, it does sound interesting. I probably need to do more research. It does sound interesting, but man, I think this space, and Gary Gensler kind of mentioned this. The space is just getting crowded, and I get it, right? Because I think you made the point of, well, there's 6,000 stocks, and nobody's stopping any more stocks from entering the market, right? So why can't we have, which I think there is, 6,000 or so cryptos? But the thing is, with money, you almost kind of want you I'm not gonna say you want one, but that game is more the fewer the better, if that makes sense. It's so much competition. It's like if I start putting my money in Algo, something else come behind it, or ADA takes off, or what, it's like a popularity contest. You know what I mean? I know they're all used for different things and stuff. I get that, but it's almost what's the word? Information overload.
Yeah.
There's always something different. Like Call of Duty technically has their own crypto. 2K, NBA 2K, low key has its own, is money you can spend within the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a lot, but I want to know what makes you interested.
All right, so it's already being used. So we already know what happened with Bitcoin in El Salvador, and the way it happened was El Salvador signed a cooperation agreement with Koi banks to develop the government's blockchain infrastructure on Algorand. So one thing I like is that it's already being used. It's not just a theory. So hundreds of organizations comprised of fintech startups, financial, we'll get into them. They're already building on Algorand. This is just an example of some. So you have IDEX, which is the world's leading decentralized smart contract exchange to support real-time trading and high transaction throughputs. You have Arcax. Arcax is the first digital securities exchange to receive FCA authorization as a digital securities exchange, vast brokerage and custodian. So what this means is that companies such as that you can buy on the stock exchange, such as Amazon, Google, all these companies are not being, a share of them are being digitized and turned into a crypto. So you can buy a digitized version of that stock, which in your world, the way you would consider that would be a derivative. But that derivative is actually tied to an actual share. So you could buy instead of buying it on Robinhood, you could buy it on a platform like Arcax. You have ALGO, which is a fast, low-cost crypto lending market on the Algorand blockchain that makes decentralized lending broadly accessible. You have StakerDAO, is a platform for governing financial assets in a decentralized, secure, and compliant manner. Using the Algorand standard asset functionality, StakerDAO has made it possible for qualified individuals to instantly participate in the Algorand, Tezos, and Cosmo ecosystems. You have Yieldly, which I don't even have to tell you, they provide yield. And the list goes so on and so forth. So you have all of these platforms that in themselves are pretty big. Some of these are like people are really into them. They're all being built on the Algorand platform. So does that answer your question, Matt?
It does. I'm gonna do some homework. I mean, if it catches your eye, I'm gonna pay attention to it. I highly respect your call with ADA.
And
So
by
I'm
ADA, he means Cardano, ticker symbol ADA. ADA, that coin was actually named after this Ada Lovelace. Go and do your research. Every name in Cardano, everything is like has a meaning behind it, and that was one of the things I liked. So Ada Lovelace, go back. A lot of the levels that he has, they're all named after mathematicians because he's a mathematician. So that's one thing I really like. But
I want to throw this out. Have you heard of Tron?
yeah, I have heard of Tron.
What you think about Tron?
We got to save that. We got to save it. Y'all want to
Okay,
know
all right.
yeah. So Wednesday we'll just do two. We'll do one crypto and
Okay.
one stock, and that'll be the Wednesday watch list. It give people something to look at. This is what's on my watch list. Maybe next week you show us what's on your watch list. It'll probably be some miners or something like that.
Some commodities, man. None of this stuff work without commodities. You better recognize that computer got to run on some energy. All right. You
Big
can't run on
facts.
its own.
Yeah. So thank you all for watching. Matt, any final thoughts?
Yes, you didn't say if this was a smash or pass.
Oh, for me, it's a smash. I'm gonna smash on
Big
this
smash?
one. Yeah, but I wait for right now the market is looking at where to go next, the whole crypto market. So I would wait. I would wait for a pullback, and if you do get a good entry point, I would say under the $2.50 level, maybe $2 level. I'd say go ahead and jump in there. As of right now, I'm not personally. I already own some, but I'm not buying any more right now. I'm waiting to see what the market's doing. I'm not buying stocks, crypto. I did buy that silver, the silver coins. I may buy the set that's coming out on, I think it was October 1st or September 28th or something like that. And we could do that live here. I don't know. But besides all that, as always, invest in us and press that like button. Invest in yourself. Smash that subscribe button. It costs you nothing. We might not be here tomorrow. It all depends on how my moving situation is going. Today's like my last day in this hotel room. Finally, I'm glad to be out of here. But let us know your comments below. Let us know what stocks you're looking at. Let us know what cryptocurrencies you guys are looking at. And, you know, we're here to help you make money, and we're willing to learn from you guys as well. Matt, thank you for your time. And until next time.